One.
Good evening and welcome, hockey fans, to this sixth game of the Beehive Showcase here at the Georgia S. Eccles Ice Arena. We put on the Beehive Showcase every season, and it's always a fun and busy weekend for us here, especially as the broadcasters having to broadcast each of those games. It can be quite a chore, but also really, really fun, and I really enjoy the opportunities we have to bring these games to everyone, not just us Utah State fans and Utah State students, but to all of the teams that come up to participate in this, and I'm really proud that we get to do this. My name is Brian Kirk, and standing with me tonight doing color commentary and helping out on production is Taylor Davis. Taylor Davis is a student here at Utah State, a junior, I believe.
That's correct, yes.
Go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit, Taylor.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brian, for letting me come and join today. My name's Taylor Davis. I actually help with Utah State broadcasting. So if you've seen any of your productions on the Mountain West Network, you're listening to the guy who's usually the one putting the show together. So this is a wonderful opportunity I've never been able to do before. So super excited to finally be able to have a voice and kind of talk about some Aggie athletics.
It's nice to kind of you get both scenes. You're behind
Absolutely.
the scenes most of the time.
Yes, exactly.
And now you're actually getting to participate. It's a really cool. I think it's an important thing. You got to learn everything.
Exactly. I would say, I'm in charge of kind of training the broadcasters that we have on the Mountain West Network as well, and I make sure to tell them, you got to have fun, you got to be prepared, but you got to kind of know what I'm doing as well, so you can do your job to the best of your ability.
Well, I got to say, like the first time when I started doing this broadcasting, I came on as a voice. That was my initial job. And I really enjoyed that, but I was afraid of the computer. I was afraid of all this moving stuff. And I kind of avoided it for a bit too long, I would say. And then it got to a point where I was like, nope, I just got to do it. And I got behind the computer. I felt like I faked it until I made it.
Absolutely.
But we got there. So
just takes a little bit of time. You know what? It's going to be a good night for some hockey, I think.
Absolutely. We got Utah State taking on the Northern Arizona University Ice Jacks this evening. These teams, this is not their first time meeting. They usually play each other in this tournament. And we look around the ice arena itself, and you will find a number of Ice Jack fans, parents of some of the players, that come up here pretty religiously for this specific tourney. So happy to have them. And as well as in the chat, if you happen to be an Ice Jacks fan, we'd love to hear from you. And we want you to know that you are also welcome here. Hockey is for everybody, and we're excited to bring this here for you guys. So we have the USU Aggies are making their way onto the ice here in just a moment. As the lights come back on, we'll go ahead and give you those starting lineups for both squads. But Utah State, undefeated on the weekend so far, looking to make it 3 on this one. And in the past, definitely you don't count any team out is what I would say. But when it comes down to it, we're really hoping the Aggies can kind of take it to the Ice Jacks and see what they can do. But, Taylor, let's go ahead and give us that the Ice Jacks starting lineup, please.
Absolutely. Your starting lineups for the Ice Jacks tonight is going to be Chris Walgren in your goalie, Cole Davis as your left defender, Derek Garcia, right defender. Your left wing tonight is going to be Ryan McCoffney. Your center will be Cale Delzer, and then your right wing will be Ryan Jim.
Excellent. Ryan Jim, I find that to be a great name, a great hockey name, Ryan Jim. Craig Pettit's kind of stumbling a little bit there on the in-arena PA, but they got it going through. We'll go ahead and give you those starting lineups for the Aggies as well. Starting in goal, we have number 30, Cale Samuels. On left side defense, we have number 18, Ty Morris. Right side defense, we have number 2, Garrett Bogan. Left side wing, number 23, Jackson Ferry. Manning it up in the center, we have number 15, Zach Pierce, who was ejected from last night's game. That one was pretty wild.
Oh, yeah.
So glad to see him still here with us today. And then on the right-hand side, we have Eli Reeves, who will be manning up that wing side for us. Utah State coming into this game tonight is the Teddy Bear Toss, an annual thing we like to do here. The first goal of the game, you'll see the ice just rain with stuffed animals. People bringing their own stuffed animals to donate to I believe it's the family place here in Cache Valley. And great timing just before Christmas. Kind of a little pre-Christmas Christmas in a way. So
Absolutely.
we're going to go ahead and kick it over for the national anthem. I think we'll keep it here, actually. We'll let the fans listen to this today. And, yeah, we'll be right back. Welcome back, hockey fans. Always great to hear the national anthem every single night here at the Eccles Ice Arena. I actually had a chance. I was doing in-arena PA for the Thursday games, and we didn't have someone lined up for the national anthem, and I got scared. And I should have just gone out there and been like, I'm going to do it.
I bet you would have done a fantastic job.
But I got scared. I got cold feet, and I didn't do it.
We'll just put your name down for next time.
Yeah. Puck drop is just around the corner. Want to chime in on the chat real quick and say thank you to Cindy Olson. Appreciate you calling us out on the names still saying Dakota and Boise. Those were the teams that had just played, so we forgot to hit confirm next game on our side, and I appreciate that. So thank you very much to that. Also, Stacy Hansen saying go Ice Jacks. Welcome to our stream all the way from Arizona. Happy to have you. Both squads coming up here, ready to face off, get this one underway. 7:18 is the local time here. We'll have Zach Pierce lining up across from, I believe it's Cale Delzer. Utah State immediately jumps off of it. This is Morris, he'll play it in. Pierce will track it. Playing it back to his defenseman. Dumps it back forward, that's intercepted by the Ice Jacks. Ice Jacks will take it up and across center ice. Pass was a bit too long for Ryan McCoffey, and we'll see if they can manage. And we have already some physical action there as Bogan got knocked to the ground there. Jackson Ferry tailing this one. Coming up around the backside of the net, the Jacks will come away with it. Surveying their options, they'll dump it forward. Taking it across center ice, big open ice hit against Teague Pilgrim. Utah State's got to make sure they manage their physicality here as NAU is already coming out and making their names heard as the more physical side thus far. Only about 45 seconds into this game, but you got to match that physicality. What do you think about that?
You saw it a lot last night against GCU. GCU came out fighting, and Utah State retaliated a little bit. I think what you want to do is you want to make sure that you come out in physical manner, making sure that you're both ready to play, but you don't want to see as many penalties as we saw last night.
Yeah, definitely not. You want to see, obviously the fans definitely love it when the penalties happen, but you got to try and make sure you manage that sportsmanlike conduct as much as you can. Gifford will stand up across from Fletcher Burnett here. Burnett will come away with it. And the Ice Jacks try and play it forward, but Ramsey tries to keep it in play for the Aggies, but they'll have to back it out and get onside. Here's Tate Jensen. Tate Jensen will play it through the crease, but it's a bit too hard and a bit wide, so it's going to go all the way back into the defensive zone. Jensen will pick it back up. Here come the Aggies once again. This is Ramsey. Back to Jensen. Jensen can't quite get on the end of it, and he's got to track it back. And the Jacks will have a chance here. Big hit up against the boards there. Wallace plays it out, finds Pilgrim. Pilgrim fans on the pass towards Gifford. NAU dumps it away, and that'll be an easy icing call. 18:34 left here in the first period. If you're just joining us, 0-0 is our score. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody. Face-off coming to the left-hand side of Chris Walgren's goal. Utah State comes away with that. Shot from distance. Saved by Walgren, but it's rebounded. Reeves trying to get on the end of it. Can't quite get there. Apologies, that was Bynum on that one. Free Gang had 2 goals last night. Really good powerhouse for this Utah State squad this season. Baum dumps that one into the corner. It'll make its way over to Mooney. Backside to Bynum. Bynum tries to play it through the crease, but there's no one there to get on the end of it, and the Ice Jacks will dump it forward. They're going to call a high stick on this one. Unsure on who. Might be on Baum on that one, because they're going to bring it all the way back into the Aggies' defensive zone. Taylor, what have you been seeing thus far in these first 2 minutes of action?
One thing that I'm seeing is I would like to see crisper passing from both the Ice Jacks and from Utah State, making sure that you're hitting your targets, and so you're able to hit that thing in transition and you're able to have some more offensive pressure.
Absolutely. I would agree with that as well. Both teams trying to feel each other out at the moment and trying to play it a bit too quick at times, maybe a bit too fast, and that kind of comes back and bites you at times.
Absolutely.
Here's Bynum. Bynum being fought over by number 22. That's Mitch Rodas getting on the end of that one. Ice Jacks will come away with this one. They'll recycle their offense, building out at the back, dumping it forward and across center ice, but that'll get intercepted. But this is going to be a bad chance here. Baum was there to snuff that one out, but here are the Ice Jacks. Good wide shot, and that gets blocked away by Samuels. Very good heads-up goaltending by the Aggies. Otherwise, that could have been right in the back of the net. That shot coming from number 10, Jackson Schmuel. Aggies come on the other end. Kind of the same situation right there is the Aggies try to play a bit quick as that pass comes over towards Pfeiffer. It kind of just goes a little behind him, and he can't really make a play on it, and it ends up going right into the path of Walgren.
You definitely want to slow down. I know that it's exciting, and you got to capitalize quickly on these transition plays as you're going from your defensive zone to your offensive zone. But maybe slow down just a little bit. Make sure you're able to hit your winger who's coming in from that left side and be able to capitalize on those passes.
Absolutely. Ice Jacks advancing towards center ice, but it gets picked off by Bogan. Bogan plays it across to Morris. Morris dumps it around. Walgren shepherds that one towards his defenseman, but it gets through. Saldana trying to fight for it, along with Duchess. Jared Duchess comes away with it, chips it up, and it goes into the backside netting, and someone is walking away with a free puck. Jump over to the chat real quick. Weston Mott, is there a radio broadcast? The YouTube delay is killing me in the rink. Well, you are in luck. We have been experimenting. Actually, not experimenting. We've been doing it. We have an in-house AM radio frequency that you can tune into. It's 1620 AM, and you should be able to hear us in live time. So we understand a lot of fans do like hearing our play-by-play and our commentary, because not all fans know everything that's going on, and they want to know. So if you happen to have an AM radio, you can tune in inside the George S. Eccles Ice Arena and hear us do play-by-play. Once again, that is 1620. Here's Walton. Plays it across. Trying to get on the end of it is Saldana. Can't quite get there, but he plays it back to Morris. Gets his pocket picked by the Ice Jacks, and here they come the other direction. Shot. It goes just wide. Kale bats that one away with his stick, but the Ice Jacks maintain possession. Morris fighting for it. Ice Jack on the ground, but they maintain possession still. Utah State having a hard time keeping the puck at the moment as they come away with it here.
The Ice Jacks are doing a great job of applying pressure in their defensive zone and then having a fantastic transition. Utah State's falling behind. They're trying to catch up and play behind the Ice Jacks. Just fantastic play by the Ice Jacks. I
would agree with that. In all honesty, they're kind of setting the tone at the moment, and Utah State's got to manage their possession a little bit better. As that shot goes in and out of the glove of Chris Walgren. Shot coming from Morris. Here's Aiden Wicker, who just had his pocket picked by Jackson Ferry. He plays it back to Morris. Morris sizes it up for a second. Sorry, that was Ramsey on that. Over to Bogan. Bogan back to Ramsey. Ramsey thinks about the shot, passes it off to Pierce. Pierce weaves through, finds a pass through the crease, but there's no one there. He's looking for Bogan on that one. Shot from distance goes right into the gut of Chris Walgren. Great shot, though, by Bogan.
Great possession by Utah State in their offensive zone. Great passes. There wasn't much that the Ice Jacks were able to do in order to, take that puck away, but Utah State was just being able to move it around and look for those opportunities for open shots.
Absolutely. Aggies making the necessary adjustments they need to keep themselves here. Still 0-0, 15 minutes left here in the first period. Ice Jacks fighting hard for it. Here's Ramsey now. Plays it back to Pierce. Pierce fans on the shot. He gets his pocket picked, and here comes the Ice Jacks the other way. This is Cale Delzer. Takes the shot, gets a block instead by Tate Jensen, and Jensen will turn it and go the other direction. Advancing across center ice, he dumps it into the corner. Pierce follows. Ferry there to support. Manages to get a stick on it. It goes all the way back to Pierce there. Right in front. Oh. Shot by Sanborn. Just goes high and wide. He couldn't keep it down. Good chance, though. Ice Jacks recover. Play it off the boards, and they advance. Here comes the Ice Jacks. Dumping it. He kind of fanned on the dump there, and Sanborn comes away with it. Bit better possession here by the Aggies. Good touch by Jack Wallace to keep that one from being an icing. Same thing. We're seeing the necessary adjustments, just like you were just mentioning earlier, Taylor. Seeing it a lot more. Speed battle between Baum and Burnett goes to Burnett. Ice Jacks will have to retreat back into the neutral zone and get on side. Back into their defensive zone now as Pilgrim puts on the necessary pressure. He gets the puck. He puts it up and in!
Beautiful. And here come the stuffed animals. You gotta love it.
What a shot that was.
Just backing it over his shoulder, just putting it right above the keeper. That was just fantastic play by Utah State.
Absolutely. I like we were just saying, like managing the possession and being aware of your positioning, getting that shot off, that was absolutely fantastic. And honestly, it was a great individual effort there by the Aggies to get that one. And I mean, there was not a whole lot of daylight in that goal.
No.
In that goal. So
oh, there was not.
Fantastic.
I wonder what it's like to sweep stuffed animals off of the ice.
I know, right?
I guess we can ask a couple of players after the game.
That's fair. Once again, all of these stuffed animals just tossed onto the ice will be going and donated to the family place here in Cache Valley, helping out families with any needs that they might have, be it housing, getting applied for food benefits, anything they could honestly need. The family place is a great place for anybody. So once again, very, very happy that this is happening right now, and that the Aggies were the first ones to score. I'm not 100% positive if the Ice Jacks had scored, if we were still going to be chucking stuff onto the ice.
You know what? I think it's in good heart. I don't think it would have mattered who would have scored.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about the Ice Jacks, they're doing a great job in their counterplay. They get that puck, and they're down the ice before Utah State's even having an opportunity to really think about it. They're having 2-on-1, 3-on-2 opportunities on their offensive zone. So I don't think it's lack of trying from the Ice Jacks. They're doing a fantastic job. Utah State, I think, were just able to capitalize on an opportunity that was given to them early.
Absolutely. They're definitely trying to play that counter play. And they haven't scored quite yet, obviously, but they've been a bit of a thorn so far in the side of the Aggies, where they've had a couple really good opportunities, a couple good looks at the net. They just haven't been able to get that final product through. So,
and I will say, in the neutral zone, you can kind of notice the Ice Jacks are coming and picking the pockets. They're coming, and they're just like, you know what? You're going to give me an opportunity to reach my stick in and be able to get possession of the puck. They're going for it, and it's something that's being very successful for the Ice Jacks in their counterplay that they're playing.
All of the stuffed animals seem to be off the ice at this point. We just need the extra volunteers to make their way off the ice. I see Titan Anderson out there helping out. He has the night off. He might have tomorrow's game instead against Dakota College. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Puck drop coming right here. We have Nolan Gifford lining up across from Cale Delzer. Ice Jacks come away with that one. They dump it over into the corner. Oh! And just like that, the Ice Jacks snap it right back. I didn't catch the number on that one at the moment, but we'll see. It looks like it might be number 18 on that one. Wow, that was an absolute snipe.
I mean, again, Utah State is kind of playing, they're on skates, so not necessarily the back heel, right? But they're kind of reacting to everything that the Ice Jacks are doing. They're playing, kind of back in their own defensive zone, waiting for something to happen and then trying to play one-on-one. That beautiful shot from the wing was just placed perfectly. Nothing really that the Utah State goalie could do about it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the exact kind of response you want if you're the visiting squad. I believe it's Ryan McCaughey. Oh, no, they're going to give it to Ryan Jim on that one. Had the number wrong on that. Ice Jacks advancing into the offensive zone once again. Putting a bit more pressure on, feeling a bit more confident after that goal. Aggies have to respond in this situation, get their defense under control. Just under 13 minutes left here in the first period. Utah State trying to get possession of the puck once again. Berninger plays it over to Werner, who dumps it around the net. Samuels will play it around the boards, trying to find Pfeiffer. Almost got to him. Ramsey plays it off the boards to Freegang. Can't quite get there as the Ice Jacks advance once again. There's going to be a chance here on net. Good defense there by the Aggies. Ice Jacks want some interference call. They're not going to get it. Puck goes all the way back into their defensive zone, and the Aggies are pressing for it. Freegang looking to pick the pockets again, maybe try and spur on some kind of counterattack like they did earlier. Ice Jacks play it up and across. I think this one will get picked up here by Wallace. Played over to Bogan. Up into the corner. This will be picked up here by Rodas. Rodas plays it off the boards to Casey. Bogan reads that well, but that hit gets him just off of his pace. Ice Jacks coming the other way. A bit more back and forth action here as both teams have now scored. Saldana plays it out, trying to find somebody. The intended target was Reeves, but it goes all the way through, and that shot goes up and wide. It might have come off of the blocker pad of Cale Samuels. That goes into the back netting.
The Jacks, they scored, and now they're playing their game.
Absolutely.
Right? They're looking for every opportunity to strip the Aggies of the puck, and then they're moving it really well. The passing throughout the neutral zone is something that you should probably be paying attention to. Whoever is able to pass the best throughout the neutral zone is doing better in their offensive zone. So maybe that's just something to keep an eye on for our viewers.
Sanborn finds Pierce. Pierce weaving his way through 1-2. Jacks loses the puck. Coming the other way now are the Ice Jacks. Here's Quiner. Quiner takes the shot. Goes into the leg pads of Cale Samuels and back out. Ice Jacks will have to retreat back. 10:55 left here in the first period. Taking it up here is Quiner again. Takes the shot from distance, comes off of the stick of Cale Samuels. Trying to find Ferry. It'll come to Sanborn. Sanborn will dump it in to get everyone on side. A lot of physicality happening right now. Ice Jacks trying to dictate the physicality here in this game. Sanborn plays it across. It's a bit high. Intended was for Pilgrim.
What I would like to see there is maybe instead of kind of flipping it up in the air, trying to cross that Royal Road over to Pilgrim so that he's able to just kind of tap it in from the bottom right on top of the ice.
Absolutely. There was enough space there as well that it could have happened, I think.
Absolutely.
Aggies will try and keep this one in play. They managed to do so. Nope, they have the arm up. It will be an offsides if the Aggies play it. Here's Ramsey to Wallace. Here's a shot in front. Oh, and it's in the back of the net.
Beautiful. Just like I called it. I'm telling you. Right across
exactly
that
it.
Royal Road, just played it right on top of the ice, and Pilgrim was able to capitalize, put that right into the bottom right corner of the goal. Great play by Utah State.
That was clinical. That was an absolute, that was like running a drill.
It's good when it's that easy.
Oh, we have not been running the clock. Let's get that clock updated. Beat that one. Aggies get the second goal here. 9:50 left to play here in the first period. Bit of back and forth here. I'd say both of these squads very, very good. And the quality of hockey being played right now is really good. And if you're a fan, you got to be enjoying this one.
I'm predicting a high-scoring game tonight, Brian.
I have a feeling as well. As we have a delayed penalty here. No, it's going to be a unsure. Oh, it looks like Morris is going to be heading to the box. It looked like a cross check on that one. Yep, confirmation it is a cross check. They're going to give that assist to number 12, Nolan Gifford, on that last goal as well. Face off to the left-hand side of Cale Samuels' net. Aggies on the penalty kill now. Shot goes right into Cale Samuels' gut.
Samuels is doing a fantastic job tonight. Covering for when the defense kind of breaks down, you want your goalie to be able to kind of react to those situations when maybe your defenders are over on some of your wings and you got to take that shot by yourself.
Absolutely. Last line of defense, he's got to be a brick wall, and Cale Samuels had a great season so far, winning a penalty shootout for the Aggies earlier on in the season. That was an absolute drama of a game. Ice Jacks continuing their press. This is Werner. Takes it around the backside of the net. Surveys his options. Plays it across. Finding Delzer. Bogan gets on the end of this one to Jensen now. Saldana, he's trying to clear it. They're having a hard time doing so. That pass is just, unfortunately, just too far away, and Aggies will have a chance to kind of respond. Nope. Ice Jacks will come the other way. Shot goes wide. Ice Jacks retreat and pick it up. This is Werner again. Big open ice hit by Saldana.
It looked like that shot just bounced off of Cale Samuels' pads.
Shot again. Same thing. It comes off of a skater. He's looking a little pain on that face. That's Owen Ramsey on that block. Good clearance there by Free Gang. 47 seconds left on the penalty clock here as the Ice Jacks will recover, and this is Forsberg taking it forward now. Leaves it for Jim, goal scorer for the Ice Jacks. He'll take it around the backside of the net. We saw a wraparound goal earlier today. I wonder if someone's going to try and go for that chance there.
You keep seeing Ryan Jim for the Ice Jacks come around the back of the goal and lay it up for this right wing just to kind of lay a shot in. I mean, you're pulling the defense over. I think it's a great look. I think it's going to work if Utah State doesn't recognize it and shut it down here soon.
Yeah, the speed of the Ice Jacks right now has really been, I think, their biggest positive is that they are outpacing the Aggies at the moment. Because the Aggies now are back at full strength. Morris making his way over to the bench. Ice Jacks continuing on the attack here. Here's Jim once again. Plays that one around the backside of the net. Bogan now advances into the offensive zone. Around the back again to Gifford. Gifford tries to make that pass back to Bogan, but it's read well by the Ice Jacks. Dumped all the way here. That should be an icing. 6:59 left here on the clock here. We apologize if the score clock isn't always accurate. We will try our best to keep it as up to date as possible. I try my best to make sure to say the time for you guys, but We are a bit more of a skeleton crew this evening, so we're kind of having to run double duty, a lot of us today. So apologies on that. We will keep you guys updated with the score, with the time on that, though. Face-off will come back into the offensive zone for the Aggies. Left-hand side of Chris Walgren's net. Gifford will stand across from Forsberg. Utah State comes away with it, and that goes immediately into the gloves of Walgren. We have a little bit of extracurriculars going on here in front. Teague Pilgrim getting into it a little bit there with Mitch Rodas. Not too much there, but trying to keep your goaltender safe. Got to understand it. We'll see what happens as the time goes on.
I don't think it's a bad thing for a little bit of it to happen, especially when you're in the first period, still trying to make sure that, you know, it's 2-1, right? There's still lots of hockey to play, so you want to make sure that your players are still healthy.
Aggies win that faceoff. Played back to Mooney. Mooney forces that player up, but the puck gets over there, and we have a 1v1 situation. A chance on net as he couldn't get a hold of it. That was Burnett once again. Baum plays it over to Mooney. To Saldana. Plays it around the back of the net again. Trying to clear it now are the Aggies. But some relentless pressure right now from the Ice Jacks is keeping them in the offensive zone for themselves. Nope, they'll have to retreat at this point. Reeves will track it back. Leave it for Saldana. Saldana dumps it. Chasing it here is Duchess. The Ice Jacks recover. Northern Arizona coming the other way. Not quite. Mooney plays it back to Baum. Backhands it up to the intended target was Ferry on that one, but it was a bit too short.
Whoa. Ooh, that took an unfortunate bounce off of a skate and just kind of lined it right up. Good thing Samuels was in position, or I think it would be a tied game right now.
Absolutely. That was great heads-up awareness by the goaltender there to recognize that and just pounce on it. 5:42 left here in the first period. 2-1 is our scoreline in favor of the Aggies. Ref blows that one dead before anything could happen. Must have been someone encroaching. Yeah, they'll have the Ice Jacks switch out their face-off artist. And they come away with the puck. Shot from distance. Goes right into the glove of Cale Samuels. You saw that one the entire way. Little stop-and-go traffic. Looking around the stadium tonight, we have, I'd say, like a good maybe 2/3 full overall. A healthy crowd. A healthy crowd here at the George S. Eccles Ice Arena. Happy to see it here on a Saturday night, especially when there's basketball and football today. So always happy to see it.
Shout out to Utah State fans. Women's volleyball won today against Nevada, leading them to a perfect season. So exciting for the Utah State Aggies.
Great season for them. I mean, happy to see these other teams doing well. You had soccer last year, women's soccer last year. You know, some of these, I don't want to say off the beaten path because all sports are important, but, you know, you always tend to see football and basketball get all the attention. So it's good to see that stuff happen.
Absolutely. Women's soccer's been doing really well, too, under Manny Martins.
Ferry dumps that one around the backside of the net. It's read well by Walgren. Fans start getting into it, start chanting, "Let's go Aggies." Ice Jacks advance. Good check there in open ice. Played across the crease. Oh, that shot could have been dangerous there.
Samuels was out of position on that. Just that beautiful pass across the railroad. Great job by the Ice Jacks.
Absolutely. Jackson Ferry takes it into the offensive zone. Really nice on the puck. He's got great stick handling. Jackson Ferry plays it to Morris. Morris will take the shot. He kind of whiffs on it a little bit, though. Can't get enough on it. Ice Jacks will back it up and reset. Forward is Rodas. Throwing Morris to the ground. Rodas continues to hold on to the puck. Aggies come away with it. It's off to the races again. Bynan leaves it for Freegang. Plays it all the way across for Bogan, who gets on it. Shot into the gut of Walgren.
Beautiful passing by Utah State across the transition zone into their offensive zone. you had 3 Aggies, 3 different Aggies who touched the puck before the shot was even made. It's kind of a theme that we're seeing throughout this season, Brian, where if Utah State's able to create controlled passes, they're scoring more, they're winning. I think that's something that they can continue to focus on in this game specifically with the Ice Jacks to give them some success.
Aggies come away with that one. Dumping it around. Here's Piper. Shot! Goes right into Wahlgren once again. Great shot attempt there by Bynan to just be in the right position at the right time, but Wahlgren coming up and showing why he's the goaltender number 1 tonight. 3:54 left to play here in the first period. Piper fighting for it. Ice Jacks will come away with that one. Morris will track this one all the way back into their defensive zone. He looks around, surveys his options, passes it forward, but it's only into the path of the Ice Jacks again. That shot goes up off of the leg pads of Samuels and over to the center ice. Morris will track this one back. Fans on the pass a little bit, but manages to keep control of that one. Plays it off to Bogan. Bogan dumps it forward for Bynan. It's a bit of a 50-50 puck in that situation. Morris is there. Good heads-up defense work there to keep it away from the Ice Jacks. But once again, this speed of the Ice Jacks is really punishing the Aggies.
They're able to just kind of crash on whoever has the puck. There's 3 Ice Jacks on you immediately. So you got to be able to move the puck quickly, but you also need to be able that it's under control, or else the Ice Jacks are just going to come in and take possession of that puck.
Absolutely. I keep saying absolutely.
It's a good word.
Free game.
For sure.
Chance on net here. Wide open net. Good save by Samuels to get that stick down. Puck is still live. Pfeiffer plays it up. Aggies manage to keep their defense alive here. The Ice Jacks have to reset their offense. Aggies go off for a line change there. Dumping it forward are the Ice Jacks. Here's Ball. Gets his pocket picked. Still onside. Ice Jacks will come the other direction. Turning on the heat. Playing it out. Here's Quiner. Takes that shot. It goes off of Samuels. All the way to Mooney. Mooney's going to beat him. Dumps that one away. We're going to have ourselves, I think, a penalty here. Maybe a high stick or a cross check. We're not sure.
Baum was slow getting up in the corner of the ice in their defensive zone. So I didn't see exactly what happened, but it looked like it was a delayed penalty, which turned into an actual penalty.
So far right now, it looks like it's Kyle Quiner. Nope, he's heading himself back. Nope, it's going to be number 12, Strider Ball, heading to the box, and that's going to be a cross check on him.
Power play opportunity for Utah State. I'd like to see lots of puck movement, especially when you're up a player.
Yeah.
Being able to capitalize on that. You know, Wahlgren has just done a fantastic job in the net for the Ice Jacks. I think it's something Utah State can kind of capitalize on in this moment if they're able to just nail down their passing.
If they can get the passing down, get a couple really solid shots off, start peppering the goaltender. You got to make the goaltender make the save. Pierce takes it around the backside of the net, leaves it for Ferry. Ferry goes for the wraparound. Oh, we were talking about it earlier.
Great idea. You can't get mad at that. Great idea by Utah State. Just kind of bend it around and just put it in.
Just snap it over there. Good read by Wahlgren to kind of snuff that one out. Face off to the left-hand side of Wahlgren's net. Sanborn loses that one to the Ice Jacks, but it's played forward, and Pierce will get a hold of it. Plays it over to Bogan. Survey their options, take it around the backside of the net, slow things down a little bit, play at their own pace. Bogan leaves it for Pfeiffer. Pierce will dump that into the corner. Pfeiffer's there for the cross check. Sorry, the forecheck. Pfeiffer again, leaves it for Bogan. Bogan plays it through the center to Ferry. Ferry plays it back to Pfeiffer. Leads it to Pierce. Back to Sanborn. Shot on net. That'll be Ferry.
Beautiful passing, capitalizing on that power play. That's what you'd like to see. Beautiful passing from just behind from the goal, and just having that shot just on target is beautiful. Great job, Utah State.
Very, very much so. That was Jackson Ferry on the goal. They'll give an assist to Zach Pierce, and I believe Pfeiffer will get the secondary assist, but we'll wait to give you that one. 56 seconds left here in this first period. Aggies find themselves up 3-1. Now, obviously, they say that 2 goals is the most dangerous lead in hockey. This has been a really good game so far. I think the Ice Jacks are, they're breathing down the necks of the Aggies, and they got to be ready. They can't get too comfortable up here.
The score does not reflect how well both of these teams have been playing. I think Utah State's been able to just capitalize very well on the opportunities they've been given. That doesn't say that the Jacks haven't had opportunities that have been very dangerous, that have led them to have 3 or 4 shots on target, and Samuel's just been able to just knock those down and get them out of the way.
Absolutely. Second assist is going to go to Sanborn on that one, not Pfeiffer. That's why we wait. Jensen will track this one back into the defensive zone, plays it across for Ramsey. Ramsey lets it bounce off of the boards to Gifford. Gifford loses the puck momentarily, leaves it up to Wallace. Wallace finds Pilgrim in the center. Teague takes it up by himself, takes the shot, but it comes off of the defenseman instead. Pilgrim plays across the crease. He had Wallace there. Wallace was waiting for it, and that will do it for us here in the first period. Aggies will go into the locker room with the 2-goal advantage, up 3-1 over the Northern Arizona University Ice Jacks. It's been a fantastic game so far. I think if you're here and you're watching this game live, you're enjoying a really good game so far. And Ice Jacks playing some really great hockey. Aggies just barely outplaying them at the moment. But do you have any final thoughts before we cut?
I'm excited to see what the second period brings, because I think the Ice Jacks are coming out hungry. I don't think it's going to get any easier for Utah State, and if they don't start hustling like the Jacks are, it's going to turn into a 3-3 game really quickly.
I can agree with that as well. That'll do it for us here in the first period. We'll have a quick cut of the ice, but we'll be right back with the second period. You've been listening to Utah State Hockey. Welcome back, hockey fans. Second period is right around the corner here. We have both teams making their way onto the ice as we speak. Northern Arizona has already made their way onto the ice. Utah State making their way on now. 3-1 is our score line, and Aggies are in control at the moment. They had a couple really good opportunities in the first period to give themselves a nice cushy lead, but as we've stated, a 2-goal lead is not one to really, hang your laurels on.
We were talking through the break, right? 3-1 does not reflect how well both teams have been playing today. Utah State has been able to capitalize very well on their opportunities that they have had. Now, with that being said, if there was a possession stat, if we were able to kind of get those stats, I think that the Ice Jacks would have a possession majority. They've done really well with their passes. They've done really well on defense. In the transitional zone, they're able to shut down Utah State's counterattacks before they even really begin, and kind of threatening this looming scoring drive that I think that they are very well capable of. On the other hand, Utah State, again, has done a fantastic job on kind of capitalizing on the opportunities they've been given. But that's not to say their passing has been fantastic. When they get people into the offensive zone, they keep it there for a good majority of the time. So I'm excited to see how it goes here in the second period for this hockey game.
Yeah, this one could go either way, to be completely honest with you. Aggies got to come out and strike first if they want to keep this lead going and really put the Ice Jacks behind them. But the Ice Jacks could absolutely come by and shock. So we'll see what happens in this second period as the Ice Jacks build out of the back. Here is, that puck goes all the way back through, and it's going to end up with Ferry into Pierce, actually. Bogan will dump that one. It'll be picked up by Pierce. Nope, it'll be picked up by the Ice Jacks instead.
Ooh.
Pierce wound up for that slap shot there, but
he was ready.
He was. Baum. Cross ice, trying to find Pierce on the stretch pass, but that'll go out for an icing. Checked through the chat a little bit, and I just want to highlight something. I know this is a Utah State broadcast, but I do find it is important. We have Live Server 4214. It's Lucy and Ryan Jim's 6-year anniversary. Just want to say, hey, even though this is a USU broadcast, congrats and happy anniversary to you guys. And hey, Jim has the goal for Northern Arizona at the moment.
That he does.
So congrats on that. Shot goes right into Cale Samuels. Samuels leaves it for Bogan. Sanborn picks it up. Sanborn taking it across center ice. Turns on the Jets a little bit. Whiffs on the pass initially. Still manages to hold on to it. Gets forced up into a corner. Ice Jacks will come away with this one. Here's Burnett. Dumps it forward, but it's picked up by Pfeiffer. Baum dumps it into the corner. Aggies will go off for an ice change. Bynum being the lone Aggie pressuring. Getting on the end of it. Oh, could have been very dangerous there, but here comes Burnett on the other way. Takes the shot, whiffs on it. Shot goes off onto the leg pads of Samuels. Free game trying to fight for it. Ice Jacks maintaining possession. There was a very difficult shot there in the path of Quiner, but he couldn't get on the end of it as it was coming through the crease. Samuels comes out to try and maintain that puck, loses possession for a moment, but the Aggies managed to keep it going. Free game. Bit of a jostling around here at center ice between Bynum and some of the Ice Jacks, and the Ice Jacks come away the victors here. Good back and forth here. Both squads not really getting too much. I'd say Ice Jacks definitely having 2 shots over the Aggies at the moment, but it's been a very defensive battle thus far. That'll go dead for an icing. 17:53 left here in the second period. Appreciate you joining us this evening. This is game 6 of 8 throughout the course of this this Beehive showcase. Aggies will be on the ice again tomorrow at 2 p.m. taking on Dakota College. Those are the Lumberjacks. So we have the Ice Jacks and the Lumberjacks here at the Eccles. Morris will track this one back. Being pressured, however, by the Ice Jacks. That was Davis. Played across. Morris will pick it up. Morris will play it up and off of the boards. Ice Jacks can't hold on to it, and it should be an icing. No, they're going to say it took a deflection on its way through. Aggies hold on to it. Free Gang fighting for his life to keep this one above. Loses it to the Ice Jacks. Jacks take it across center ice. Weaving their way through 1, 2. Nope, can't make it through it. That's Hoff. And this puck will go all the way back into the defensive zone. And Schmuel will pick it up, playing it across for his other wingman. Bit of a bad pass there. Almost picked up and punished by the Aggies' Wallace, but couldn't get there. Pilgrim loses his stick along the way and loses his footing. We have a couple people hitting the floor on that one. No actual malicious contact there, I'd say. Just people getting tripped up. Wallace dumps that one forward. It'll go all the way through, and that should be an icing. 16:40 left here in the second period.
There's not a lot of offensive pressure for both teams right now. I think they're both still trying to get back into the groove.
Absolutely, it's kind of tough right now. It's both teams are trying to match each other's intensity, but the intensity is just kind of like two fists hitting each other right now.
Exactly. I'm excited to see what the pivot point is going to be and which team is going to be the one that makes it. It's a beautiful save by Cale Samuels right there.
Face-off will come off to the right-hand side of Cale Samuels' net. Lining up will be, who do we got? Saldana and Forsberg. Ice Jacks come away with that one. Dump it in, comes off the leg pads of Samuels. Saldana will recover, plays it off to Bogan. Bogan plays it through to Saldana. Saldana can't keep control, but Wallace manages to keep the stick going. But great pass here for the Ice Jacks as they make their way into the offensive zone. Bogan, great to snuff out that defense. Saldana, good stretch pass trying to find Wallace, but it's read well by the Ice Jacks. Morris, Reeves, apologies on that. They both have long hair. Reeves fighting for it. That puck will trail all the way back to Samuels, who comes out of his crease. He's got to look for an option. Plays it up, ends up in the path of Walton. Puck goes all the way through. Samuels will take it around the backside of the net. Plays it over to Bogan. Ice Jacks will maintain possession, however. Aggies having a hard time playing out of their defensive zone at the moment. Great pressure from Northern Arizona. Once again, played all the way through. Samuels will leave that one. He'll actually cover up on that one. I think that's the right play.
Yeah, the Ice Jacks were all there, right? Great decision by Samuels to cover up on the puck, giving Utah State a chance to kind of regroup, giving them an opportunity to take a deep breath. The Jacks have been in the their offensive zone for over 2 minutes.
Yeah. You know, they're really holding their place here in this one at the moment.
They're hungry for a goal. I wouldn't be surprised if something goes their way tonight.
Yeah, they wanted. I'm sure that the message coming out of the locker room for them was, you got to strike now. Like 3-1 is a good lead for the Aggies, but it's not a good enough lead. It leaves that door just barely open for Northern Arizona, as they're really pestering right now. That shot goes right off of the chest of Samuels. Northern Arizona continues to fight for it. Pierce trying to get on the end of it. Distant shot goes wide. Picked up by Hoff. Hoff again plays that one through. Sorry, that was Ryan Jim on that one. Happy anniversary, Jim. Here's Morris. Stretch pass, trying to find Pierce. A bit behind him on that one. Pierce would like that one a bit more forward in that situation.
In the Jacks' offensive possession here, they shot the puck 4 times. Now, granted, off target a few times, but I admire that they're taking the shots. I admire that they're doing a great job of putting pressure on the Aggies, making them play kind of in their defensive zone and not giving them a lot of opportunities for counterattacks.
Face off to the left-hand side of Cale Samuels' net. It's won by the Aggies, but it's picked up. Nope, by the Aggies. They're going to go ahead and keep going, but nope. Northern Arizona says no, we're going to keep you in your defensive zone. They dump it forward. Here's Tate Jensen weaving his way through. Ice Jacks will recover. Pierce pressuring. Pierce plays it across the crease. There's no one there to recover for it, and the Ice Jacks come the other direction. Here's Burnett. Plays it off for his defenseman. There he goes. There's a shot, and it goes right into the gut of Samuels. Great play. Bit of jostling here behind the net. People getting tangled up, little extracurriculars. Refs go in to break that one up. You're not allowed to fight in this league, but I got to say, I think every single night that I've been here this season, I've seen a fight.
It's what the people, your lay fans are coming to see a little bit of that for sure.
That's the truth.
I think another part of it too is Utah State isn't going to take it. They're going to make sure that you know that they're not here to play around. I mean, the Ice Jacks are here to play. They're hungry for another goal.
They want to, and I know they're a very physical team coming into this barn before. They tend to put on a very physical game. I've talked with a couple of the parents that are fortunately behind us at the moment. Shot goes right into Samuel's glove. Continuing that thought, the Ice Jacks, very, very physical squad. And I was talking to one of the parents, and he said that they've kind of made a name for themselves as the more physical team. And at times it's good, at times it's bad. But I think it's working well for them today. I think this has been a very high-intensity game, and it's what the Aggies kind of like to play. They want to see this. Icing is waved off, and the Ice Jacks will track it all the way back. So we Berninger. Played through. Aggies shot by Freegang goes wide. Recovered by Mooney. Intended for Pfeiffer, but he wasn't there. Bynum. Over to Ramsey. Fighting for the puck behind the net now. Comes off to Bynum. It's a tough one. Goes out to Reeves. Played through into the mixer. No one's there to claim it. And the Aggies will have to track it back. And this is Mooney now who whiffs on the pass. Played across. That was a great stretch pass, but read very well by Ramsey here. Fighting for it now. Same thing. Opposite side. Aggies will come away with it. That's DJ Freegang coming away with it. Pfeiffer asks for it. Takes it into the offensive zone. Plays it across for Bynum. Bynum gets thrown to the ground. Still fighting for it, however. Mooney. Right place, right time. Plays it to Baum. Baum will take that shot. Took a couple deflections on the way through, but it was easily handled there by Walgren. Aggies continue to pressure. Ice Jacks managed to clear that line, and the Aggies will have to reset their offense. Here's Baum. Plays it into the corner. Chasing it down now is Wallace. Wallace plays it across the crease, looking for Pilgrim. Pilgrim has 2 on the night. He's looking for 3. Can't be there, though. Gifford dumps that one into the corner, but his other players are offside, so they have to track back. Ice Jacks survey their options. Play it through. Great awareness. Here's a shot. Oh, by Pilgrim. He whiffs on it, unfortunately. Gets stuck up, and there's going to be a penalty here. I think it's going to go against the Ice Jacks on this one.
Great job by Utah State. Lots of puck movement in here in their offensive zone, which we love to see. They had 3 shots in that possession. Compared to the Ice Jacks 4 that they had when they were doing their offensive press in their offensive zone, I think that's why both teams are very comparable right now. That's why both teams are, there's no goals so far in this period of hockey, and it's because both teams are playing so well when they're in their offensive zone, and the defenses are trying to come and to match the intensity there.
Pierce looks for the shot immediately, but decides against it. Bogan takes the shot, and it comes away. Aggies currently on the power play after Mitch Rodas sent to the box for a hooking call. Will be in there for 2 minutes. Here's Pfeiffer. Plays it forward. He's got options. He plays it around the first defenseman. Avoids the hit. Comes across looking for Bogan, but is just a bit too far ahead. And here comes the Ice Jacks the other direction now. Shot. ends up safely in the hands of Samuels, who outlets immediately to Bogan. Bogan takes his time. Plays it off to Pierce. Pierce forward for Pfeiffer. Takes it through. He'll take that shot. Takes a deflection off a stick on the way through, but Pfeiffer manages to hold on to it. Sanborn now.
Great puck handling by Pfeiffer tonight. He's done really well in being able to create opportunities that may not have been there otherwise, being able to just control the puck and get it to where he needs it to go.
Bogan had a chance there, but it was picked off well. Here's a chance on net for the Ice Jacks. Read well there by Samuels, and we're going to have ourselves a penalty on the Aggies. It's going to go against Sam Pfeiffer. I think it's going to be a trip.
Broadcasting curse. I mentioned how well he was doing, and then he goes and gets a penalty.
You had the opposite of a broadcaster's curse in the first. You had a goal.
That's true. It's true.
We'll see what the call is. I think it's going to be a trip.
I mean, great job by the Ice Jacks. They got the puck in transition, and it was a one-on-one. The Utah State Samuels, he was it. I mean, great job by Samuels in getting a stop, but I do think that there was a tripping there. I think it was a good call by the officials.
I agree. And yes, it definitely was a trip. Pfeiffer does not have too much to really be he's going to make his case, but you're going to get sent to the box either way on that one.
Yeah, both teams down to 4 players now on the ice with their goalies.
Shot goes right into Samuel's leg pads. Free gang now. We have 4v4 opportunities here for about a minute and a half. Bynan plays it over to Ramsey. Ramsey will advance. 4v4 hockey. Plays it over to Bynan. Bynan can't control it. Ice Jacks come the other direction. This is... Oh, and it's in the back of the net. That's a shot from number 19. It's Ryan Jim. He's got 2 on the night.
Great job by Ryan Jim being able to just capitalize on that opportunity. It's 4-on-4. He caught the Aggies out of position, was able to capitalize and put that in the back of the net. It's 3-2. Like I was saying before, you can't count either team out of this. You got to be able to come in. And Utah State, I think, has been playing a little bit more lax this second period. If they really want to kind of create a difference and be able to push forward and to put the game in a place where they want it to be, they have to, 1, stop doing penalties. But 2, you got to be able to defend. They've done the Ice Jacks have been fantastic in the offensive zone, and there's not really much that Utah State's been able to do to stop them from moving forward.
They've had a lot of ice time in the offensive zone, and you just start to break it down after a while. And that one was just a fast counterattack that they just – I'll give credit where credit's due. Jim did very, very well on that one. NAU back at full strength at this point. Aggies have a minute 15 left on their penalty. Teague Pilgrim trying to get on the end of that one. Dumped into the corner by NAU. Samuels comes out of his crease. Dumps that one forward, and that should kill off a good amount of time. 1 minute. Here's Werner. Werner surveying his options, leaves it for Wicker. Wicker now. Takes the cross into the offensive zone, turns on the Jets, takes the shot. Samuels read it well, comes off of the leg pads. Tate Jensen gets tangled up with another Ice Jack, and that puck will go all the way back into their defensive zone.
The Ice Jacks were pushing on that right side, leaving an opportunity to cross and to get that backcourt shot, that backside shot, but great eye to take the shot there, and then on another great opportunity. You have 2 or 3. That's the thing that the Ice Jacks are doing so good. They're getting multiple opportunities and chances on the ice at the exact same time, which is what you want, obviously. You want to be able to capitalize on every opportunity that you have, and Ice Jacks are doing a great job right now.
I agree. 3-2 is our goal line at the moment. 9:13 left to play here in the second. Taking it around the backside of the net. This is Forsberg. Plays it forward to Hohoff. Apologies if I'm getting that one wrong. I feel like I forgot the pronunciation of that one earlier. Aggies got to play some good defense here. That backside was open there, but Samuels read that one well. Here comes Saldana. He'll have a chance on net. 1v1 opportunity potential. He gets taken down on the way through. Fans are up in arms for that one. They want a penalty on that one, but Saldana had a fair chance on that one, and so did the defenseman. It was great defense.
I think it was solid defense by the Ice Jacks. Fantastic job to shut down that opportunity.
Whoa, that was another really, really dangerous opportunity there for the Ice Jacks. We're going to have a hand pass, I think, is going to be the call here. As we have players getting into it now. It's Pfeiffer. And that's McCaughey.
That was a dangerous opportunity for the Ice Jacks as well. I think that the only way that did not go in was because there was a hand pass.
Wow, this is turned into one. I mean, we've talked about it beforehand. The Ice Jacks were not going to go down without a fight, and they're showing it right now. I'd say right now and it really sucks because we're a Utah State broadcast, but the Ice Jacks are outplaying the Aggies in this period at the moment.
I think if Utah State wants to get back in this one, they need to be able to connect on their passing a little bit more. Again, kind of what we talked about in the first period, it looks like they're a little rushed. It looks like they're just trying to react to what the Ice Jacks are putting on the ice. If they want to get back into this on their offensive end, they need to start connecting passes in the transitional zone and giving themselves opportunities on their offensive zone.
You can't rely on that 1-goal lead. It's gone from a 2-goal to a 1-goal, and the Ice Jacks are fighting for it. Continuing the fight, shot goes up and over.
Great shot.
Here's Garcia. Plays that one through into the corner. Ends up with Mooney. Mooney gets forced up against the wall. The physicality is really playing in favor for the Ice Jacks. That could be a problem down the line if the fatigue starts to set in. Sanborn is able to clear that one out. Ferry will track it. Pushes him right up against the bar. The walls. Pierce has to wait. Finds Sanborn. Sanborn plays it back for Jensen. Jensen wasn't quite ready for it. Matches the physicality, and the puck goes through, but we're going to have ourselves an interference call on Tate Jensen, unfortunately.
On that possession, Ferry was wide open on the backside of the net, ready for a pass. Utah State was just unable to collect it and to control the puck well enough to get Ferry the puck.
Fans are going to feel a bit hard done on that one, but Tate Jensen did not have possession of that puck and just laid right into that Ice Jacks winger. And yeah, it was just a textbook interference call in that situation. Face-off coming to the left-hand side of Samuel's net. 7:17 left in the second period. Aggies have some ground to make up in the sense that they are now on the penalty kill once again. Ramsey dumps that one out, but it gets just as far as the blue line and stays in play. Shot gets snagged out of there by Samuels.
Samuels is bailing out this Utah State team over and over again. He's doing a fantastic job. The Aggies need to get it out of their defensive zone.
They really do.
They need to move it up and give the Ice Jacks an opportunity to play defense.
They're making it very tough for them right now. The Ice Jacks are playing their game of hockey at the moment, and Utah State has to manage that and react to it in the way that benefits them. Ramsey dumps that one away. That'll kill off some time. Minute 38 left here on that penalty. Ice Jacks come the other direction. Into the offensive zone. Shot off of the chest of Samuels. Free gang will dump this one away, killing off some more time. Goes all the way to Wahlgren. Wahlgren will shepherd it over to his defenseman. And then they advance. Whiffs on the shot, gets tripped up. Samuels with some great acrobatics jumps right over Ryan Jim, who's looking for the shot.
Ryan Jim was right there. He was looking for his third of the night. He wanted it. And, just it's unfortunate to whiff on that shot. Just great job by the Aggie defense to get on top of that.
Utah State doing what they can at the moment. And it's starting, we're trying to see, they still have a minute left here on this penalty. So we'll see what the Aggies can do, managing this penalty kill well. Shot from distance. Oh, and it ends up in the back of the net.
What a
deflection
shot.
On the way through.
Beautiful job by Liam Casey being able to just see that Samuels was over a little too far and getting it into that top left corner. Now, the Ice Jacks have 8 shots to Utah State's 3 for this period. One of those is bound to go in. When you're taking the offensive pressure to your offensive zone and there's nothing that the defense is able to do to get it out and to move it into your defensive zone, it's going to be a goal every single time. You can almost count on it.
It's just statistics at that point, you know?
Absolutely. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Well, in this case, you make 1 out of 8. Great job for the Ice Jacks. Utah State needs to be looking at moving the puck a little bit further up on the ice tonight.
3-3 is our score line at the moment. 6:09 left here to play in the second period. Aggies now have a little bit of worry on their hands, I would say. Gifford takes it across center ice. Aggies find themselves in the offensive zone. Wallace trying to get on the end of it. Gets back to Gifford. Gifford plays it across the crease. And it's cleared away, and that should be an icing call. Nope, no icing. They're going to call a tip. Nope. Okay, just a late icing call.
They were just making sure that you were ready for it.
That's right. Oh, we could just keep it here. 5:42. 5:42 left on the clock here. They'll take us to the right-hand side of Chris Walgren's net.
I would love to see Utah State string at least 5 passes together in this offensive possession. I think that's going to create opportunities that they haven't seen for this period yet.
It'd be good to see them make the adjustment before the end of the period. If they can once again show, hey, you're in our house, you got to make sure we're the ones in control of this game. That's going to be important, because if you go into the locker room at this 3-3 scoreline, or hey, I mean, like we've been saying this entire period, it's been NAU's period. If they somehow manage to get a 4th goal in this period, Utah State's looking bad at that point, and they need to figure it out.
The momentum is all with the Ice Jacks right now. Utah State needs to get a little bit of it back before they go into the locker rooms in this second intermission.
Someone's got to step up. Someone's got to be the hero at the moment. Here's Baum. Dumped all the way through, looking for Pilgrim. Pilgrim is lucky not to get the high stick. Oh, and that comes off of the post. That could have been a nice, easy, lucky goal there. That'll go up in the side netting. Both teams very lucky in that situation.
Great shot by Utah State. Off the post is unfortunate, but I'm loving that they're getting some attacking pressure on the Ice Jacks, making them play a little bit further back. I'm loving what I'm seeing in that Utah State's swinging the puck out on this right side every single time and trying to either cross the ice and to give them an opportunity on the other side, crossing the Royal Road and getting the goalie out of position. They're looking for a shift and a hole that's being created as that puck is moving. I think they did a great job in that possession, and I'd like to see it some more.
Yeah, it's important to make sure you're stretching out that goaltender as much as possible. Opens up the net a lot more. Ramsey plays it through for Ferry. Ferry had the most recent goal for the Aggies. He kind of gets held up there. Ice Jacks will come away with it. Outlet pass to the opposite side to Jim. Jim will play that one off into the corner. Ice Jacks are just outpacing the Aggies still at the moment. Shot from distance goes wide. Utah State will recover, staying inside of their defensive zone. They're having a really tough time getting out of the defense. Shot from distance, takes a deflection on the way through, goes up and over the net. Jensen plays it off the glass, trying to spring Ferry forward, but that's going to be another icing call.
It was a good idea. It was a good idea to play it off of the walls and to get an offensive counterattack going. I just think it was a little long.
Just a bit long. 4:39 left here in the second period. Utah State will have the face-off to the left-hand side of their net. Sanborn will stand across from Ketchum. Utah State comes away with that one. Trying to get the stretch pass going to Ferry, but Pierce couldn't get onto it. That'll go through. Sanborn gets on the end of that puck. Plays across the crease and into a dangerous area. Pierce has to get up.
Jackson Schmuel was there just to kind of to capitalize on that pass just a little too far forward for that puck to really put it where he wanted it to go.
Still managing to keep the Aggies in their defensive zone, however, though. Just a little bit of extra effort. Good stretch pass to find Pierce. Pierce can't keep control of it, unfortunately, there. NAU coming the other direction. Here's Hohoff. Plays it into the corner for himself, but it's picked up by Jensen. Jensen will play it over to Walton. Goes through, high and wide. Ferry tries to get on the end of that one. Collision with Jensen. Ramsey will play that one all the way through, trying to find Wallace. Apologies, trying to find Walton. Can't get there. Jensen, once again, has to be physical, has to match the physicality of this Ice Jack squad. Here's going to be a chance on net. Shot! High and wide again. Big hit there by Saldana. Springs forward, Reeves. Reeves will take it through one defenseman. Takes the shot. It goes in and out of the glove of Wahlgren, sorry. Morris dumps that one forward. It's picked up by the Ice Jacks, and they'll take it the other direction. Aggies coming a bit too far, trying to push that high line. But it's a little too far. Free Gang plays that one out, trying to find Bogan. Finds Pfeiffer instead. Pfeiffer will have a chance to get on this. A good 50-50 puck. It's going to go into the Aggies bench area. Aggies with some signs of life here. Tied 3-3 with just under 3 minutes left to play here in the second period. It's there. Aggies can make this happen, but they have to get those passing lanes down. Right now, NAU is really clogging them up and making sure they're staying to that man-to-man coverage really, really well at the moment. Bynum dumps that one into the corner. Free Game chases. Along with Pfeiffer. Free Game gets on the end of it. Plays it to himself. He'll take the shot. Whiffs on it a little bit. Takes a collision on the way through. Shot. Ooh, that comes off of the leg pads of Wahlgren. That was a very dangerous shot.
I'm pretty sure it also bounced off of the skate of a defenseman for the Ice Jacks as well. It was beautiful. It was aimed right for that bottom right corner of the goal. Just great shot, great offensive pressure by Utah State. It's a complete difference from what we saw about 5 minutes ago when the Jacks had clogged up Utah State's passing lanes. It looks like the opposite is happening now.
Face-off won by the Aggies. Here's Morris. Plays it across. Shot from distance. Comes off the leg pads of Wahlgren again. Free Gang. Bit better spell of offense here by the Aggies. Keep it going. Here's Wahlgren again. Plays it to Bogan. Bogan takes a shot. Comes off of an Ice Jack. Free Gang continues to apply the high pressure, but it ends up with the Ice Jacks instead. Good stretch pass from either end. Ends up on the ground is Morris dropping the Ice Jacks. Pfeiffer, ooh, great pass there to Free Gang. Free Gang will have a chance here. He's got to make his way through two. Gets through one, can't make it through the second. Big open ice hit by Ramsey, or Bynum, apologies.
Utah State was still in transition and wasn't able to get all the numbers they wanted on that offensive attack.
Good stretch pass here by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer finds himself in a good position. Shot comes off and into the back of the net. The rebound comes off of Wahlgren right into the path of, I think it's Free Gang, and he just shepherds it through. Nope, it's Gifford.
Crashing that net after a beautiful shot like that, it's already in front of the net. You just got to poke it in there. Great job by Utah State. Complete 180 of what was happening earlier in the match where, the Ice Jacks had all of the momentum, had all of the pressure in their offensive zone. Utah State's done a great job of removing that pressure and putting one back in the net. It's going to be a high-scoring game tonight.
It is 4-3, a minute and a half left here in the second period. I had the fans get a little excited there for a second. We have an Ice Jack arguing with the ref at the moment. It is number 13, Liam Casey, at the moment. Unsure what they're looking for, but I think there might be a penalty. I'm not sure. I don't know what the argument here is from either side.
I'd like to point out that fourth point for Utah State was the 9th shot to tie. Both teams had 9 shots this period thus far.
That's exactly what you had to do. They had to make the adjustment. The adjustment was Get into the offensive zone, take the shot. Honestly, even if it's not a good shot, if you can make the shot, you still have to make the goalie make the save.
Exactly.
Which is exactly what happened. It takes a deflection off of the goaltender, and you just have to shepherd it in. It's not a pretty goal, but it's a goal. Ooh, very dangerous there. Almost ate my own words right there.
In transition, the Ice Jacks were hungry for a fourth.
Ice Jacks continue the pressure. Utah State trying to get out of their defensive zone. That's played into the corner. Baum plays it off the glass, but is held down on the ground. Hit in the face there. No call. Gifford may have gotten away with a bit of a high cross check right there. Physicality starting to boil over.
It is. It's a close game. It's all that you can ask for here in, just a great time. Looks like we have a broken stick.
Yeah.
On the ice as well.
We got like what's that? The end of it? That looks like the handle of it. Yeah.
I don't know how you break it right at the handle, but that's what happened.
I can't imagine these hockey sticks are cheap. So I feel like I see a broken stick every game. At times you see players try to break sticks. I can't imagine they're cheap.
They're just excited to play.
Absolutely. Left-hand side, face-off. Ref will call. Nope. Just trying to manage that face-off circle. Here come the Aggies. There's Teague Pilgrim. He's got 2 on the night. He plays himself forward. Can he make it? He does. Turns on the ice. Tries to find Wallace. Can't get there. Great heads-up play there by Wallace to keep the play alive. Wallace doing everything at the moment that goes beyond. Aggies will have to play some defense. Jensen getting into it here with Jim. Jim's on 2 goals so far. Physicality's really boiling over. 20 seconds left on the clock.
We'll say great job by Morris to push the puck over onto this near side. It was a one-on-one opportunity for the Jacks, but Morris was able to just come in and clear the puck out. So not too dangerous of an opportunity for the Jacks, them trying to get it out of that area.
Jensen's on the ground right now. We have Sam, the sports trainer, coming on to help out. She's been a bit busy today. We had an injury in the prior game. Everything seems to be okay as far as a Boise State player that got taken down in that one. But Jensen, he's up. He's in like the push-up position at the moment. Slowly making his way up. Hopefully he's doing all right.
Absolutely. Want to give a shout-out to our Aggie alumni who are in the stadium tonight. I was able to talk with one of our alumni. He was on the hockey team when the ground was broken. So great thing to have our alumni come back and support the current Aggie teams.
Absolutely, and related to current Aggie player Luke Anderson as well.
That's correct.
As well as you.
Yes. Luke Anderson is my cousin. So great to be able to be on here and to support him and the Utah State Aggies.
Once again, as well, I just want to highlight that we do have an in-house AM radio frequency that you can tune into and listen to our broadcast in live time. So that would be 1620 AM. I know that probably doesn't, go with all of you guys that are listening to this, but if you are in the arena and you have access to an AM radio, tune in to 1620 AM and you can hear us.
Now, if I'm Utah State, there's 19, 20, 18 seconds left, right? You're going to want to put as much pressure and get as much momentum as you can. Are you going to score a goal? Probably not. You might, which would put so much momentum on your side, but you want to be able to come out of this period rip-roaring and ready to go for the third.
We talked about how important it was to, shot comes right off of Cale Samuel's gut. He pushed that one wide, just above 10 seconds left. Bogan dumps that one. Big stretch pass trying to find Pierce. Pierce is going to fight for it. He gets taken down, and we're going to have a penalty. Yeah, I think that's going to be a hold, maybe a hooking. There was no, in football they call it a horse collar, but we're going to see what the actual call will be. But that will do it for us here in the second period. Aggies strike back at the right time, right at the end of the second period to make this one 4-3 in favor of the Aggies. The Ice Jacks aren't going anywhere, though. This is going to be a battle till the very end.
This third period is going to be interesting. If you look at the score, it was 3-1 coming into this period. The Ice Jacks took possession of that second period, 2-1. They both had 10 shots on goal. Great offensive presence. The Ice Jacks had possession for a majority of that period, though. I think if you're Utah State going into the locker room, you're going to be talking about how you can improve your passing, how you can unclog your own passing lanes, and get the puck into your offensive end a little bit more.
Absolutely. They'll have some nice, good stuff to build on. But we'll have that for you in just a little bit. We're going to have a cut of the ice. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the third period. You're listening to Utah State Hockey.
Welcome back, hockey fans. This is Taylor Davis. We're going to give Brian a little bit of a break, but we've actually brought Luke Anderson from the Utah State hockey team to come up and talk with us for a little bit before we start the third period. Luke, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's good to be here.
We're excited to have you. I know that you've kind of been out with a little bit of an injury today, but I mean, not today, but as of late, but we're excited to have you come back here soon. Just kind of to get your thoughts on tonight's game, what are some things that you're seeing that Utah State could maybe do a little bit better on in order to get to where they want to be in this third period?
Yeah, I'm seeing some bad penalties. We got to clean those up, stay out of the box. Weirdly enough, I'm seeing a lot of guys falling down in places they don't normally fall down. I don't know if it's the third game of the weekend or the choppy ice from the showcase, but maybe we got to get our skate sharpening skills up a little bit.
You can never go wrong with sharper skates, am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Luke, you, before coming to Utah State, you played up in Alaska.
Yep.
For a minor league team, if I remember correctly.
It was a junior
league.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experiences there, and then maybe the experiences that you have with this Utah State team? What's kind of the vibe you're feeling?
Absolutely, yeah. So I was on the Anchorage Wolverines of the Knoll up in Alaska there. We were really competitive. One of the top teams consistently in that league, but man, it was cutthroat. That was your whole life. You'd show up at the rink every day, hockey. You got trainers. Everyone's watching what you eat. Lots of guys went D1 off that team, but I wasn't having fun with it. So cutthroat. Everyone's, trying to beat up the guy next to you so you get more ice time and whatever. And coming down to Utah State, it's been awesome. I love the group of guys that we got here. The fans are amazing. The support we receive from the community, it makes it all possible. But, yeah, it's so much fun being down here.
Absolutely. And, the atmosphere for Utah State hockey, someplace you don't find this everywhere. It's a great opportunity for fans to learn a little bit more about hockey who maybe don't have an opportunity. And then to come in and to be part of this. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, we go on road trips and there's, empty arenas and it's not very fun. And it's kind of like, man, but every time we play at home and we get a good show out, and it's a blast. But, yeah, I mean, I think Utah hockey's got a bright future, and I think the Aggie Hockey Club is happy to be a part of it.
Absolutely. With this is game 6 of the tournament, what are you guys kind of looking forward to going into your games for tomorrow?
Yeah, so I mean, we're playing University of Dakota tomorrow, or North Dakota, or I don't even know what they are. We were watching them. They played before us, and they got a couple guys we got to look out for, but I think just finishing up tonight with a win, and then we know what to do tomorrow, just executing it so we can get out of the weekend undefeated, I think would be huge for us.
The NAU is doing a great job today of kind of gunking up the Utah State passing lanes and preventing them from getting any offensive pressure. If you were the coach, what do you think's going on in the locker room? What do you think that they're talking about? You've been in there. You know what's kind of going on.
Yeah, I think it starts with a defensive zone. I think that's where you build off of. I'm noticing a lot of passive play from our defensemen. They're kind of letting NAU walk into the shooting lanes in ways that you wouldn't necessarily want them to. I think that's definitely getting touched on, but just being a little more aggressive and trying to stop their plays so that we can hit a quick transition instead of letting them establish zone presence, because it's so much harder to pass the puck and break it out once it's established. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Luke, for joining us today. It's hopefully you guys who are watching the broadcast enjoyed this a little bit. We'll have Brian hop back on, and we'll start hockey here in about 1 minute. NAU is getting on the ice. And once again, Luke, just thanks for hopping on. We
absolutely, Taylor. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We'll stay right here. We'll get Brian back on the mic, and we'll get going here for the third period.
All right, Utah State fans back at it here. Utah State making their way onto the ice here for the third period of action. How was your little interview there?
It was, a great time. We talked a little bit about what Utah State needs to do in order to, show up a little bit better. Luke did a great job of mentioning the NAU is doing a fantastic job of establishing zone presence, especially right around the goal. He talked about, Utah State, they need to make sure that they're moving it further into the offensive zone, giving themselves opportunities where they're establishing themselves in the offensive zone, and there's presence there. And so the NAU has to play a little bit more defense.
I could see that. Good to see a nice, get the expert opinion. Oops, that's my bad. I pushed the wrong button.
Let's fix that score for you guys. Hopefully, he also mentioned briefly, Brian, that Utah State's fallen on the ice a little bit more than usual, and especially in places that they haven't seen. So just hoping that maybe they can clean that up a little bit more as well.
Just a quick update for you guys. We have number 16, Caden Berninger. He's in the box. I assume it's for that infraction there at the end. I assume it was a interference. I saw the ref give the sign for interference on that one, so we're going to go with that. Correct. Craig Pettit, go ahead and making me correct on that situation. Berninger's in there for interference. Bogan leaves it off. He's going to take it around the backside of the net, gets forced up against the wall. Aggies will have to fight for it here. Big hit on the glass. That puck will travel all the way to Samuels. And here comes Pfeiffer. Takes it across center ice. Good nutmeg there.
Between the legs.
Oh, he doesn't get that backwards pass just hard enough, trying to find Ferry. Samuels.
If you're good enough to make that nutmeg, you got to make sure you capitalize on that.
That would have been beautiful if he could have. Ferry over to Pilgrim. Pilgrim takes a shot. It's high. Ramsey plays it back across, trying to find Pilgrim. Pilgrim's wide open. He's asking for it. To Ferry. Ferry's got options. Slowly makes his way through. Over to Pierce. Pierce to Ramsey. Ramsey back to Pierce. He takes a shot. One-timer. Good save there by Walgren. Teague Pilgrim looking for the rebound, but it stays through.
Pierce with that beautiful slap shot from that right side, looking for the top right corner of the net. Gets knocked down. Great job by Walgren to be able to just kind of control that and to remove the offensive threat that Utah State had.
18:40 left here in the third period. 40 seconds left on the Berninger power play at the moment. USU power play, I should say. Utah State holding inside of their offensive zone. Here's Freegang. Plays it to Ramsey. Back to Freegang. Over to Baum, who'll take the shot from distance. It goes right into Walgren once again.
A little bit of a scuffle inside of the offensive zone, Pilgrim, and I think that was Werner. We're kind of throwing a little bit of fist as he was trying to open the zone for a shot.
Yeah, the physicality is definitely amplified. I'd say orders of magnitude in between each period. And speaking with some of the parents back behind us, they have mentioned that NAU is known for their physicality. They tend to, at their detriment at times, be a little physical. And I think we're starting to see that for sure. But, I mean, that's just their brand of hockey. And I haven't talked to a single person here that hasn't been like, this has been a great game. So, overall, people are enjoying themselves. Samuels comes way out of his net. He's got to get back. Luckily, there wasn't able to be a shot because of the offside potential.
There's a little bit of a scuffle with Ramsey there. He kind of got Samuels outside, and he wasn't able to get back as fast as he wanted to.
Tough, very tough. Samuels committing to coming out of his crease. That could be a bad thing. Jensen keeps that one in play. Holds on to it. Snagged out of the air by the Ice Jacks. Ice Jacks making their way through. Leaves it.
Great job in Delzer by getting that puck down in the transition zone and giving the Ice Jacks an opportunity on the offensive end.
Morris plays it forward for Jensen. Jensen now taking it on himself. Defenseman going coast to coast at the moment. Tries to play it across the crease, but no one followed.
Now, I'm no expert, but I think it's a little bit hard to score a goal when you have three Ice Jacks in the center and no Aggies ready to capitalize on that pass.
We're going to have another Ice Jacks penalty here as Jensen was being interfered by with Mitch Rodas. Rodas makes his way to the box. He'll be in there for 2 more minutes. Great opportunity once again. We talked about momentum shifting and how that is a very big factor in this game. If you find yourself in the box, that's going to cause problems. That's what we saw with the Aggies earlier in the last period as well. So it seems that maybe that tide is shifting a little bit. See if the Aggies can capitalize on this. If they can get one, this could be a different game.
Absolutely. You can kind of compare it with like last night's game against GCU. The refs kind of let a little bit more play out. I respect that the refs are kind of calling things a little bit tighter today, making sure that, you know, all these players are being safe in that, you know, it's game 6. We still got a few more games to go.
Utah State, good stretch pass to find Pfeiffer. Oh, good stick poke to blade that one away. That was number 16, Caden Berninger again. Sanborn around the backside of the net to Ferry. Ferry's got Pfeiffer to Bogan. Back to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer will look, take the shot, it's high. Tracking it back now is Bogan. Aggies will have to reset their offense. It
was the right idea by trying to get that shot. You had a couple Aggies crashing on that right side. Just a little high and a little off to the side of the goal.
Bogan surveys his options. Plays it to Pierce. Pierce to Pfeiffer. Takes it into the offensive zone. Round the backside of the net. To Pierce. To Bogan. Bogan thinks about a shot. Decides against it. Makes his way around his defenseman. Over to Sanborn. Sanborn takes a bit of a deflection. Bogan's there to clean it up. Keeping themselves on the offense. Pierce weaves his way through one. Shot, oh, and it comes off of the crossbar. That was a very good look there. Still managing to be on the offense here. Here's Pfeiffer. Over to Bogan. Bogan plays it to Pierce. Pierce asking for it. Makes his way through one player. Back over to Bogan. Pierce wanted that shot. You could see it.
He was itching for it.
Ferry back to Free Gang. To Ferry again. He's got Pierce. Pierce thinks about it. Over to Pfeiffer. Back to Free Gang. Shot! Comes off the leg pads there of Walgren, and that'll be played all the way back out as that won't be an icing. No, it will be an icing. Just a late icing call. A couple players going down. We're over here by the Ice Jack bench. I think there's a bit of a collision. Utah State's going to say, hey, nothing bad there. As Pfeiffer makes his way over to the box. There's a lot of chatter going on. Boy, howdy. I'm enjoying this game.
Absolutely, especially in this third period. Utah State came out. Obviously, there was a power play for the last 4 minutes. But Utah State has done a much better job connecting with their passes and just being ready to kind of capitalize on those. They've had 3 shots in these last 3 minutes, and they've been good shots. They've been on target, forcing the keeper to get ready and to make the saves that in order for those not to score.
Just right then, Ramsey takes the shot. The rebound comes all the way through. Here's Pilgrim. Oh, Pilgrim looking for that hat trick.
Just off the skate, he was there. He was ready. It just was a little too far behind him. He wasn't able to get his stick on there.
Aggies playing a little bit better here, keeping the momentum in their way. It seems that they've really managed to anticipate the actual physicality of this game, and it's starting to match it up. And, man, unfortunate that shot wasn't a bit crisper, but
the behind-the-back pass from Pilgrim to lay up for the offensive attack and the shot. Beautiful job by Utah State. This is not the same team that was playing in the second period.
No, it is not.
Something happened in the locker room. Maybe we should be in there next time just to kind of hear.
That'd be nice to hear what they're saying. Here's Duchess. Fighting for the puck here. NAU comes away with it. Big pass out. Nobody there. Baum holds on to it. Big hit up on the wall as we have Saldana. Saldana's on the ground. He looks like he's hurt. That was a big hit. I heard that one all the way over here. Saldana making his way up. He seems to be all right. That's good to hear. Saldana, he's a hardy player. He doesn't mind putting himself in the middle of a lot of physicality and takes the brunt of that one. He's going to make his way over to the box. He gives a questionable hand gesture there, and no one gets mad at him. That's kind of surprising, I'll be honest. 14:08 here in the third period.
I'm loving how scrappy the Ice Jacks are. It doesn't matter to them that they're down by 1, that it's in the third period. They're playing like it's 0-0 top of the first. I can, I respect that they're all here, that they're being physical. I respect that. I would say they probably need to dial it back. They're getting unnecessary penalties that are hurting them. The penalties have led to the 4 shots on goal that Utah State has had this period. So they kind of need to clean things up if they want to keep moving forward with the intensity that they had in the second period.
Absolutely. Plenty of hockey left to play here. We'll see what kind of adjustments are made. Let's jump over to the chat real quick while we wait for this deliberation to finish up. I wanted to just jump into this. Jessie Matson, she says, they say, fun fact, the assistant coach of the Ice Jacks, Jeremy Mills, played in high school with Jackson Ferry and Zach Pierce at Orange Lutheran. Some interesting connections that are being made, and over the course of my time as a broadcaster for this group, as we have Saldana making his way out of the building. I'm not 100% surprised by that one. We'll see if they make him, if someone else serve the penalty on top of that, so that should be a major and a game suspension, I believe. But as I was saying, like, the connections between hockey are deep. When we see other Utah-based teams such as University of Utah, Weber State, Utah Valley, or even Boise State, when they come to town, a lot of these players know each other. They've been playing with each other for a very long time. So it's good to see that there's a lot of connections, even as far as Arizona at the moment. No one's serving a penalty, just the major right now. I think maybe it's a 10-minute major. We'll have to find out. I'm not quite sure. They don't really tell us those things. There's no hand gesture to tell us what that penalty is.
They should make one.
I think so. Here's Wallace, making his way around a defenseman. Duchess. Big open ice hit by the Ice Jacks. That'll go off and into the bench area of NAU. 13:42 left to play here in the third period. Utah State managing a 4-3 lead, getting a goal right before the end of the period. I believe it was Nolan Gifford on that one.
I'll have to say, great job for the Tunes for whoever's running inside the arena. They've done a great job tonight.
It's been a good one. It's a little bit different than what we're used to as far as the normal playlist is concerned.
Great wrist shot by the Ice Jacks.
Here's Ferry. Ferry loses track of the puck for a second. He'll play it forward. Sanborn will track it. Wahlgren plays it off. Ends up at the stick of Quiner. Burnett tries to make the stretch pass over to Quiner. Isn't there. Quiner now again. He manages to keep control of that puck. Pierce is fighting for it. Jensen getting on at the end of it, losing his stick in the process. This puck will be played all the way through, and it'll go to Wahlgren. Nope, it'll be picked up instead by Rodas.
One thing that Luke was saying when we had him on the
big stretch pass here is Pfeiffer making his way through. Finds the, and it's a great goal. Pfeiffer makes the pass. Easy slot in goal.
Right across that Royal Road. The keeper was out of position. Fundamental hockey, easy finish by Utah State. Great job.
Apologies for cutting you off there.
No, absolutely. You have to cut me off there. Great job by Utah State. No, what I was saying is Luke was telling me right before we came back for the third period, Utah State was having a hard time with their defensemen. They were being a little passive. I think that's fixed now. They've done a really good job of being active on the attack and creating passes and opportunities across the transition zone.
Absolutely. This has been a great change of pace for the Aggies at the moment as they find themselves up 2 goals now, 5-3. And Ice Jacks now have themselves a bit of a problem to figure out. I'll have to give you the exact goal scorer here in a second. Assist is going to go to Pfeiffer, though. Reese Binen is going to get that goal. Great team goal for the Aggies. Shot by Pfeiffer goes just wide. Aggies continue the pressure. This is the exact pressure you want to see from the Aggies. The momentum fully in their sails at the moment.
Now, we've seen a 2-goal deficit earlier this game. That was completely erased.
It's true.
It's just because it's 5-3 doesn't mean that that the Ice Jacks are out of it.
Yeah, you got to make sure you don't sleep on them because it could get bad. Who knows? It's a good squad.
Big swing by number 17, Kale Delsler.
Ice Jacks looking to build out of the back. This is Berninger. Plays it forward. Ends up with Ketchum. Back to Berninger. Over to Ketchum once again. That's a bit too far ahead of him as Ramsey's going to get control of this one. He's going to dump that one into the corner. Pilgrim will chase it. Ice Jacks coming across center ice now. Picked off. Pilgrim will have a chance. He kind of whiffs on the chip there. Comes back the other way. Here comes the Ice Jacks. Played back. Unfortunate for them. Pilgrim is on the chance here. We have Wallace and Pilgrim. Plays it off for Wallace. Shot from distance. Ends up into the gut and glove of Chris Walgren.
That was a great job by Utah State. They were playing really well, really aggressively in the transition zone, creating 2 turnovers and being able to give them the opportunity that you just saw here on the broadcast. Utah State's definitely picked it up from when they were last period.
I think so as well. Face off to the left-hand side of Walgren. Aggies come away with it. Morris plays it off to Ramsey. Ramsey dumps it. It's picked up by Wallace. Plays it back to Morris.
The Utah State passing has also been fantastic in this third period.
Oh, so much more crisp. So much more crisp. Wallace over to Gifford. Gifford has one. Plays it off to Ramsey. Ramsey takes the shot. It's high.
Great behind-the-back pass over to Ramsey. Ramsey had one guy on him and was able to kind of beat him a little bit, gave him a great opportunity for a wrist shot. Just sent it a little high above the right corner of the goal. It was a great look. I'm not mad that he took it.
I'm liking this this change of pace for the Aggies. Really reacting well to what the Ice Jacks were doing all second period. It kind of seems like they're playing the exact same game the Ice Jacks were playing in second period. Matching the physicality, getting shots off.
Exactly. The Jacks are kind of playing passive now in their defensive end. I think if they really they need to start creating crisper passes and getting into the transition zone a little bit more, forcing the Aggies to come back off of an offside position.
Jensen plays it over to Ferry. That puck will go just barely into the crowd. No one is affected by that one. Thank goodness.
Those are the kind of pucks you want to see come out into the audience.
Sure do.
Free souvenir.
You don't want to see that 60-mile-an-hour piece of rubber coming at you.
Nobody gets hurt.
Pierce lines up across from Forsberg. Pierce wins that one. Jensen thinks about the shot, takes it. It comes off of Pierce instead. Ferry will pick it up. Surveys his options. Plays it into the corner. No one's there to recycle that puck. And the Ice Jacks will come the other direction.
Forsberg was yelling at Aiden Wicker to kind of go get the puck. He's like, hey, what are we doing? Why are we waiting for this to come to us? He's kind of urging his team to come forward for an offensive possession.
Pierce fighting for that, but it ends up being an icing call instead. 9:53 left here in the third period. We'll take this one back into the offensive zone for NAU. Face-off will come off to the left-hand side of Cale Samuel's net. Looks like we'll have Sanborn lining up across from Burnett. Burnett comes away with that one. Shot goes high. Comes in and out of the glove of Samuels. Sanborn picks it up. Good little twist there to throw the momentum off for the Ice Jacks there. Shot from distance goes off of the foot of Morris. Morris is looking a little pained after that one. Another shot comes off of the blocker pad and over the goal. Morris fighting for this one. Sanborn.
Looks like the Ice Jacks have woken up a little bit. They're like, hey, if we want to score, we probably should get the puck.
Time's ticking, you got to get on it. Sanborn again plays it off of the glass, trying to find a Ferry. Shot from distance.
I don't even know where that went, Brian.
I don't think so either, to be completely honest with you. It's gone. They're grabbing a new puck. It must have found a hole somewhere.
Either that, it's probably in an air vent
somewhere. There must be a pocket dimension over there. Yeah, they're going to bring that one back to center ice. That must have gone well out of play at that point. We'll have Wallace standing across from Garcia. Ice Jacks win it, but Aggies will take it over as Reeves dumps that one through. Duchess is going to try and fight for it. Same thing with Wallace. It's going to go all the way through, and Bogan will have to track it back, but he's got a trailing Delzer behind him, turning up the heat.
Great check by Delzer there to get possession of the puck, just stripped off of him by another Utah State defenseman.
Here's Duchess, cross center ice. Plays it forward, comes off of the stick of Walgren. Fighting for it now, that's Wallace still couldn't get it. Aggies will track this one back into their defensive zone and reset their offense. Duchess to Bynan. Bynan, who just scored, might want to add to his tally, the defenseman. It's great to see the defensemen get the goals.
Bynen's handling today has been fantastic. He's been taking care of the puck.
Oh, and that one comes back through the crease. Oh, it was a good chance there, but no fruit at the end of it.
It was a great shot by Utah State. Looks like it just bounced off of someone's skate and just sailed just left of the net. Oh, and right into the crowd.
Right into the crowd, almost to, hey,
Nate Anderson.
Nate Anderson got it. Oh, and what a nice guy. He's going to give it back. Some kid out there is like, why would you do that?
He's like, I can get that signed.
Free Gang wins that face-off, plays it off to Ramsey. Ramsey dumps it forward. Bynan chasing the puck. Forced up against the glass. 7:50 left to play here in the third period. Ramsey dumps it. It's picked up by the Ice Jacks. Recycled back. They're going to go behind the net. This is Rodas. Rodas being forced to play it forward. Finds Ketchum. Ketchum dumps it forward. That comes off of Samuel's stick. Aggies have to maintain their shape here. That puck's dumped into the corner. Tracking it is Mooney. Mooney plays it up, finds Pfeiffer. Here's a good chance here for Free Gang. Free Gang finds some open space, makes his way through, comes up to the crease. There's no one there yet. The intended target was Pilgrim, but it just goes straight through.
That entire offensive press it happened because two Ice Jacks ran into each other here on the wall. Pfeiffer was able to get the puck into a great spot. Just nobody there to capitalize on his center.
Ramsey plays it to Morris, but it goes all the way through to Pilgrim instead. Ice Jacks will pick it up, keeping themselves onside in that situation. Dumped forward. That should go for an icing. 6:36 left to play here. 5-3 is our score line. Appreciate the comments we've had in the chat today from both sides of this game. Been very respectful, and I really do appreciate that. Hockey is for everyone, and there's definitely no need for any negativity when it comes down to it. These guys will shake hands at the end of this game, so it's nice to see cordial behavior in the chat today. It's not always like that. Wallace takes it across center ice, almost loses the puck, gets a little nutmeg there, trying to find Gifford. Wallace plays it up for Gifford. Continuing to fight for it is Wallace. Oh, good. And Pilgrim's able to manage that one, get it to Gifford. Gifford will play it back, and it'll be picked up by Morris. The
Ice Jacks have woken up on defense a little bit. You've been able to see a few offensive pressures that they've been able to get. Beautiful job. Great job by the Ice Jacks.
I would agree. Ice Jacks coming the other direction. Here's Garcia. Garcia, ooh, he gets the nutmeg there off of Morris. He's going to look for someone to give some support. No one there yet. Shot. Ooh, and it's a good follow-up. Great save by both. Great two saves there by Samuels. Looks like we're going to have ourselves a penalty, I believe. No, okay. They were just holding up the hands for offsides. .541 left here in the game. Face off to the left-hand side. 9:30 is our local time. It's been a good night of hockey.
One thing I will say, I haven't seen a lot of encroachment tonight in the face-off, which is a really good job for both teams. Fundamental hockey, just making sure. And
there it is.
I knew as soon as I would say it would happen. Anyway, great job, both teams.
You got the magic mouth today, my guy.
Yes, I do.
All right. NAU takes that one in, dumps it into the crease. Picked up, shot, comes off the blocker pads of Samuels. Great save. Picked up by NAU, whiffs on the shot. That was number 19, Ryan Jim. Jim's got 2 on the night. Happy anniversary once again. Tracking it all the way back here. Walgren comes out of his crease. Plays it off to Berninger. Berninger stops behind the ice. Behind the net. Surveys his options. Dumps it forward, finding Jim. Jim plays the stretch pass over. Manages to keep it on. Good physicality there from Baum to stop any forward momentum being created by the Ice Jacks. And here's going to be a bad chance here in front as Samuels kind of dummies the puck right in front, but unfortunately for the Ice Jacks, no one can get on the end of that shot. We're going to have ourselves a high sticking call. If there's any contact on a high stick, it'll be a penalty, but I don't think that'll be the case here. I think we'll just take it into the neutral zone. Yep.
Great job by the Jacks. They've been preventing the puck from coming back into the transition zone, keeping them on offense. They've done a really good job of passing and giving themselves good attempts. There were 3 really good shots that forced Samuels to get down onto his pads and to block the puck from going in. Great job. Great transition. You can feel a little bit of momentum shift. Utah State needs to keep themselves up, keep them on their toes. They can't be passive. Not now. Now with only 2 points on 2-point differential, they need to make sure that they're ready to go.
4:46 left here in the third period. NAU comes away with that puck. Dumped around. It's going to go to Samuels. Samuels plays it forward to Bogan. Bogan loses the puck. It ends up into the path of the Ice Jacks. But great defense there by the Aggies, and that was Baum on that one. Dumped into the corner. Baum will have to chase this one back. Tries to fake him out a little bit. Free gang. Plays it off the wall. Forced onto the ground by Bynan. Free gang will try and chase this one back, but it'll end up in the path of Bogan. Great passing. Oh, right there, and they just dump it. Oh, they go ahead and finish their line change. I'll go ahead and take that one on that one.
Bogan did a great job of being active in that transition zone. He saw that nobody was on the puck and decided to get out of his right defenseman position and just get the puck. Just give them an offensive opportunity in transition.
Ice Jacks looking to build themselves out of the back right now. Utah State being a bit more of a pest. Oh, what a little tick up there. You usually see that in soccer.
I was going to say, does he know that this is hockey?
Pfeiffer once again has a one-on-one shot. Oh! And it's just wide. He missed it by just barely an inch. I wouldn't even say an inch, like a centimeter.
Great job by Walgren getting big and in that zone, just making it a harder shot than it actually looked like it was. Now, granted, I'm not on the ice, but that was a great job by both the Ice Jacks goalie and by Utah State offense. Great passing.
Great to see Pfeiffer getting wide open over there, finding himself in no man's land in a way for some people and just having all the time to himself. And that's a good shot, and just unfortunately didn't go in. Here's Wallace. Wallace will have a chance on goal here now. Wallace takes a shot. Oh, great save there by Walgren. Recycled here by Aggies, though. Nolan Gifford holds on to it.
The Jacks are running out of time. There's 2 minutes, 47 seconds left on the clock. They got to start taking shots like that, putting themselves into an offensive position. Utah State, you're kind of not laying back, but you're trying to do your best to make sure that the Jacks don't have any opportunities inside of that offensive zone.
Give them no breathing room. As we saw, we just had that shot just now by the Ice Jacks, but it was from a distance. It was an uncomfortable shot. It's not putting themselves in a good goal-scoring position. You got to find those good spots, but I mean, like I said, a shot is a shot, and it's important to get it. Ooh, there's Ferry trying to take the shot and put it into the top left corner, but just high and wide in that situation.
Utah State has done a really good job of smothering whoever has the puck in this period, just making sure that they can't do anything with it.
No, exactly. Here's Pierce now. Plays it out. Intended for Jensen, and Jensen couldn't get on the end of it. Samuels will come out, dump it all the way forward, trying to find the stretch pass to Ferry. It'll take a touch on the way through, so no icing call. Here come the Ice Jacks. This is Forsberg. Forsberg plays it up for himself. Bogan puts himself in the way, takes a hit, but it's a good one to take. Pierce takes another deflection on that one, finds its way over to Werner. Werner will dump that one. It goes high and wide, ends up at Morris. Morris will play it forward, trying to find Pfeiffer, but Pfeiffer is just a bit too far for him, I would say. Ferry dumps that one forward. It comes back to the Ice Jacks. Ice Jacks will dump that one forward, takes a deflection off of a stick. Here come the Aggies the other way. Aggies making their way. This is Bynum again. Pfeiffer over, trying to find Free Gang, but it's just too far.
It was the right idea. He saw him coming in and saw that there wasn't anybody on him. Just a little bit slow on the execution.
Bit of a collision here at the in front of the crease as we make our way into the final minute here. 5-3 is our score line. It is absolutely make or break it moments for NAU at this point, but it's all Aggies at this point. So I would say the momentum has been in Aggies' favor this entire period, the same way that it was for NAU last period. NAU makes their way into their offensive zone. Picks the pocket. That's a great defensive play. That will be played all the way back. 30 seconds left on the clock. That'll be an icing.
We can stall it a little longer.
I think so.
Let's spend some more time together, is
100%.
what Utah State's saying.
It's only 9:37. Sometimes the game gets over at 10.
That's right. You can go home, make some hot chocolate.
Exactly. It's starting to get cold out there.
It's cold in here.
Hopefully you guys have some good plans this weekend. If you don't have plans this weekend, there's still a game tomorrow at 2 p.m. Utah State will be taking on Dakota College, the Dakota College Lumberjacks. They just played against Boise State earlier, losing that contest. But Dakota State did take Arizona State all the way to a 5-1 victory on Thursday. Today is Friday.
Today's Saturday.
Today's Saturday. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
It was yesterday. We have these, like, Thursday games, and it throws me off. So, yeah, tomorrow, Sunday, Dakota College. It's going to be a good game. You should come
looking
by.
a little bit further, next week we play Utah here on Friday, and then you turn around and play Utah again.
That'll be a wild one. And then we'll go into the nice, long, month-long break, and Utah State will come back out, hopefully renewed. You talked a little bit earlier with Luke Anderson. He's been nursing a finger injury or a hand injury, and had to have surgery, but he seems to be doing a lot better now.
He is doing a lot better. Apparently you can't just smack a puck out of the air with your glove. Apparently that hurts your hand. So to all you future hockey players out there, take some notes. Don't do what Luke did.
It'll be nice to have Luke back, though. He's Aggie's doing really well right now, obviously, with the 5-3 lead, and obviously playing very well as of late. But Luke Anderson is a spark of offense for this squad, and it would be nice to have that speed advantage back.
He did really good. He had 10 goals last season and 4 assists. I think Utah State would be in a good position to have that back on their roster.
Absolutely.
With that being said, right, you've had great stuff done today. You have had Sam Pfeiffer with 1 assist. You've had
T. Pilgrim with 2 goals.
I know, exactly. They've just done a fantastic job in making sure that even when the Ice Jacks think that they're back in the game, it's 3-3 in the second period. Utah State comes and just kind of puts it away.
Just making sure they manage their own home ice, reminding the Ice Jacks that, hey, this is our ice. You got to play by our rules in a way. And Utah State Aggies doing very well in this third period to maintain that. We'll have a one-on-one opportunity here as the Ice Jacks have pulled their goaltender at this point. So any potential possession for the Aggies is a dangerous one. 10 seconds left here on the clock. Ice Jacks will try and push for one more. They're going to play until the final whistle. I respect it. Free Gang comes away with it. Here's Bynum. Bynum is happy to just let this one go out. And the Aggies will come away victorious. What a fantastic game it's been.
Great job by Utah State. They've definitely fixed the mistakes that they were seeing in that second period. Passive defense. I didn't see a single Aggie slip unless they were pushed. They just did a great job offensively and defensively, kind of cleaning up the stuff. Now, Ice Jacks came out in the first period. They were on fire. They were quick. They had the passes. They were forcing the Aggies to play their game, and just unfortunately, they weren't able to capitalize early on the shots that they had.
Yeah.
Utah State was able to come back in that first period and was able to put 3 on the board just because of nice calculated, capitalized opportunities for them. All in all, both teams did a fantastic job. I don't think they have anything to be mad about. I think right now they just need to be focusing on what's happening next. What do the games look like for them coming up this weekend?
Unfortunately, I do not know for the Ice Jacks. I think they're going to go play one more here in Utah. I think they're going to head back down south. They played in Provo last night against Montana, and I think they're heading back down that way to play someone again. Unsure off the top of my head, though, as both teams start making their way off of the ice. Ice Jacks played a great game. USU just manages to get the edge at the end of the day. I think if you attended this game, you watched yourself a very entertaining matchup, and you definitely got your money's worth. Hopefully you join us again tomorrow as Utah State plays an early game at 2 p.m. against Dakota College. And that'll wrap it up for us at for the Beehive Showcase. But for Taylor Davis, I'm Brian Kirk. And for Logan on camera, we appreciate everything you've done for us tonight and tuning into this this stream. And I hope you guys have a great night. And let's go Aggies tomorrow.